Okay, so I printed you guys my lesson plan, but instead of reading it, I can just tell you where I was going with this. So we are doing social studies today. The focus for this week, it's Unit 4, is local government. And when I planned this lesson, what I do is, what do I want my students to walk away with? What do I want them to know by the end of this lesson? And then I plan how am I going to get them there.
So before you did this lesson, as far as background knowledge goes, do they know anything about like the town that they actually live in?
They do. So the very first unit in social studies was where do we live?
So you talked about you were going to model the lesson, and you said you were going to model the mayor and your city council members. Are you giving a why you're doing this?
Anytime I do an exemplar, I have a bunch of kids that will run up there and they will copy my exemplar. So do you notice that sort of problem in second grade or not so much?
So, talk to me again about the learning you expect every child to come out with by the end of the lesson.
So what are the roles of public officials in our communities?
Okay. And talk to me about the pacing of this lesson, because as I look at what you planned, it looks fairly extensive, and I believe you're somewhere in the 45 to 50 minute range. So I'm not asking you this question to say, oh, you better watch, be careful. I'm asking you the question to know, do you have some leeway? Like, are you allowed to go over that time period, or you strictly have to adhere to 45 to 50 minutes?
So my focus is going to be looking at the routines around the lesson, especially because kids have never done this group work before. So just how does that work? Is it a little chaotic? Just kind of how does she establish those routines around the new learning and new kind of activity format?
For my focus, I'm going to also do a classroom management focus, but I want to look at the transitions that she uses, so how she goes from large group to small group and back to large group again.
My focus is going to be on her questioning with the students as she's roving around.
My focus, I wanted to be on how she collects data. She said she had 19 kids, having them in the group, actually going around and hearing everybody's individual voice, and how she gets that all down and remembers it, and what she plans to do with it after. That's what I'm going to look for.
Okay, so the focus I'm most concerned about is the group work itself, in that she did organize the groups ahead of time. I'm curious about the size of the groups of second grade, and about the question that you brought up, Kelly, the roles.
Alright, so my main focus, I think, is I really want to see, when she was explaining it, I was really curious to see if this is actually going to get pulled off in 50 minutes, because I plan lessons like this and it takes 2 hours and 2 days to get it done. So I want to see if she can do this. I want to watch that classroom, that time management, and really see how well that goes, and like focus on those transitions and what is she doing, and is first grade really such a different world from second grade or not? I mean, I'm really kind of curious about that. So.
Alright, everyone's getting to the carpet. Time you know we sit on the carpet. Ivy, how do we sit on the carpet? When you want to talk, you want to raise your hand. Does that mean you shout at me?
No.
Does that mean you go ooh ooh ooh?
No.
Ooh ooh ooh? Is that very fun? No. You think there are people who make laws and choices? And then who votes all these people?
Us.
Which are called
Citizens.
citizens. So read your card, look at your card, get familiar with that word, please. Each of you have a card. You're going to share with the rest of the people in your group what is on that card. Tell us what you do.
For my community. Okay. I am a mayor. I'm the leader of a town or a city. I work with a group of people called the city council to make laws and provide services for my community. I work with the mayor to a leader to our. I am a mayor. I work with
choices?
And follow the laws.
And who is the city council? What does the city council do?
The city council makes laws.
So when you go in your groups, you're all going to get a packet like this. This is my town, and I named it Rushidieville. Because it's named after me, it's the best town ever. Who, do you want to live?
No,
It has to be a person. In a computer run study? No, they can't do it.
Yellow Angry Birds are there.
so heavy.
Which one is it, Ian? What do you think?
What's your favorite cartoon?
Christmas Town? That'd be a fun town.
So remember, you all have to. This is how would your favorite? So it's Sam's.
Now the last part.
Here's your problem. Sam's neighborhood has many traffic problems. Many cars are sitting on the street.
Oh, no jaywalking? That's a good law.
And clean up after your pets.
And clean up after your pets? That's a
And
good
don't
one.
pass a red light.
And don't pass the red light. And how would you solve that problem? On the bottom. So the problem was Sam has speeders in his neighborhood. They're speeding everywhere. How would you solve it? How would your mayor solve it?
Put up signs why cars drive.
Put up signs while cars drive. Good.
Attention teachers, due to the weather.
Close your eyes. Close them. Close them really, really tight. If you understood what we did today, I need you to give me a thumbs up. If you understood a little bit, I need you to give me a thumb sideways. Nazareth, close them. And if you still need more help understanding the mayor and our laws, give me a thumbs down.